Yes, good morning, one and all. In previous class, we have discussed up to the topic of marginal rate of technical substitution. I am repeating once again. What is meant for marginal rate of technical substitution? In order to produce a constant level of output, definitely we need to replace one input factor with another input factor based upon some circumstances, so that we can produce equal level of output. Such kind of proportionate change with one input factor with another input factor is considered as marginal rate of technical substitution. So again, today we are going to discuss another important aspect from your examinations point of view, that is least cost combination of inputs. Least cost combination of inputs. This is the isocost curve indicates the alternative combinations of various factors of production which can produce a given output. Isocost. Isocost means already we have discussed isoquant and isocost. Isocost means here by means of combining the different variables of input factors in order to keep the total cost at a constant level. This is considered as isocost, because we are expecting a definite margin of return, margin of profit by means of doing the tasks and activities and conversion of inputs to outputs and selling activities. So that here we are setting a target of cost. Such a target of cost is considered as, okay, target level cost, that is margin. If the cost exceeds to the target level, automatically the profit will be reduced. It is, okay, not favorable to any organization. So that here in isocost combination, here we are combining the input factors in order to maintain the cost at a constant level, that is considered as isocost. Whereas in least cost combination of inputs, least cost means here we are using the input factors in such a way that it should result the minimum cost out of all the combinations, out of all the combination of input factors. Means how much, okay, how can we reduce the cost in at a minimum level, to the minimum level by means of different combination of inputs. This is very important, because sometimes it is not possible, okay, to properly maintaining the cost equally at all the times. At the time, sometimes it is possible, if it is possible to maintain the cost to reduce as maximum as possible, such kind of things will boost the manufacturing activities of the organization. It will create new ideas and methodologies to be inserted in the organization. It will generate the new processes and procedures in order to expand the profits of the organization. Such kind of things are, okay, very noticeable. Such kind of things are possible by means of using the input factors in a combinations, that such input combinations results the minimum cost of capital. Minimum cost of, okay, capital, minimum cost of total input factors. So here in the table, given table, we can observe that here just four columns are there. First column is the different cases, 1 2 3 4 5 6 cases are there. Second column input means maybe capital or labor, maybe capital or technology. Say technology means it is very good example rather than capital. So technology means by means of using one technology, okay, for one input, for one, okay, production of output, here we are costing 9 rupees. 9 rupees I have mentioned in bracket, 9 rupees. And either here in the third column, labor, using the labor is 20 13 10 8 6 5. But for one labor here use the 6 rupees rather than 9 rupees. Notifiable point to create the concentration, to improve your keenness towards the table. Just I mentioned, okay, wrongly in the table, notify rupees 9, okay, instead use rupees 6 instead of 9. Bed L means for 1 of labor you have to spend 6 rupees. Here in inputs, for 1 unit of capital, rupees 9 rupees. So for 3 units, for 3, okay, first combination for 3 okay, output, 3 output and 20 of labor and 3 of capital, 3 of technology. How much cost? 3 into 9 plus 20 into 6, not 9. Notify this point. 20 into 6 is equal to 147. 147. And for second combination, second case, if we are increasing inputs from 3 to 4 and labor from 20 to 13, reducing labor 20 to 13, here we are increasing one input factor and decreasing another input factor. Again, in the same fashion, here if we are increasing one input factor, you are decreasing the another input factor continuously. 5, 10, 6, 8, 7, 6, 8, 5. These are the different combinations with which we can reduce the total cost. We can measure the total cost of output. 4 into 9 plus 13 into 6, 105. 5 into 9 plus 10 into 6, that equals to 105. Next, 102. Next, 99. Next, 102. Here, what is the minimum cost out of all combinations? Fifth case. Fifth case is the minimum cost. Fifth case. Look at 99. 99. It is very good. So that here, by means of the graph, you can find that, okay, units of capital on y-axis by means of considering the units of capital on y-axis and units of labor on x-axis. Here the labors are mentioned 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 like that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 like that, and 5 10 15 20 on y-axis, that is capital. By means of intersecting points you have to notify the all the things. Okay, here you can find the combinations, different kind of combinations. Like first, capital 3 capital 3 means here you can find the point below, in between 0 to 5, 3 capital. What is the labor rate? 20. Okay, labor rate is 20. So totally cost is 147. Like that you can draw iso cost. Means the minimum, the equal amount of cost produced with the given level, for the given level of output. So least cost means here we are generating a proper point where the cost should be minimum. Cost should be minimum. Such kind of point is called least cost combination. Here isoquant 12, okay, quintal, isoquant 9 quintal, isoquant, okay, like that, isoquant 5 quintal, isocost 99, isocost 9, okay, 105, like that. You can have different kind of combinations. Next, coming to the next slide, production function. Already in the previous class we have discussed about production function with the two variables. Now again I am, okay, repeating that one, that, okay, recapping that production function can be classified from the two aspects. One is short run and second one is long run. And short run is again divided into the two types, one variable and second one is two variables. Means in previous class we have discussed about the production function with two variables. Today we are going to discuss about production function with one variable. Next slide. Production function with one variable. One variable means in the previous class, in the previous concept of two variables, we are going to change the two variables, means capital and labor, or technology and labor, in order to bring the desired level of output. But here in this case, here we are going to only change one input factor rather than two input factors. That is the thing only notified. This is also called as law of variable proportion, or law of diminishing returns, or law of returns also. Very important from your examinations point of view. The law of variable proportion explains the input output relation, that change in output due to the addition of one variable input. Means here we are, for example, if we are using, if we here we are, for example, we are using 5 units of labor and 5 units of capital in order to produce some product, say some 10 units. In the next case, if we are, okay, keeping one variable constant and another variable we are adding, means here 5 units of capital is constant, but instead of using the 5 units of labor, here we are going to use 6th unit of labor additionally, so that what will be the overall increase in the output by means of adding this input factor, here we have to measure such kind of aspect. So that is the thing here we have to notify. So this is a short run phenomenon, because here one variable is constant and another variable is changeable. Means in short run only such kind of things are possible, to change some sort of variables instead of changing all the variables. If all the variables are changeable, means we can change, then such kind of phenomenon is considered as long run phenomena instead of short run. Because already I said in last class, in long run we can change the land of the organization, we can change the equipment and machinery capacity, we can change the labor volume, we can change the capital intensity, we can change the plans and procedures and everything, so that we can change entire picture scenario of the organization. This is considered as long run. But in short run, we can change only some sort of input variables, so that we can bring out some changes in the total output. Such kind of thing is notifiable in one variable function. Very important. This is a short run phenomena. The short run is a period in which at least one input is fixed. At least one input is fixed. Means we cannot change all entire available input factors. Next, thus in the short run, the increase in production is possibly only by increasing the variable inputs. In short run, the scope for increment or increasing in the output is possible by means of only increasing the variable factors, not fixed factor, because fixed factor is always fixed. We cannot change in short run. Means we cannot change the land immediately, land for every month. So it can be expanded by means of purchasing our neighborhood land of 5 acres in a long run time. It is not possible after establishment of your organization of 6 months or 5 months. Such kind of fixed factors are fixed, always in fixed in nature. But whereas variable factors can be changed. So the short run is a period in which at least one input is fixed. Thus, in the short run, the increase in production is possibly only by increasing the variable inputs. Obviously, increase in the output is only possible by means of the bring change in the level of variable input factors only, not fixed input factor. The law also brings diminishing tendency in production, is also known as the law of diminishing returns. For example, you are using 1 lakh capital and 20 labors. 1 lakh capital and 20 labors. If you are using 25 labors for only 1 lakh capital, 1 lakh capital. So then somewhat to extent the production may be increased. If we are increasing furtherly the labor count to 30, maybe due to the gupshups or chit chats or kind of indisciplined behavior due to the clumsiness of the fixed land of your organization, production may be going to be stagnant at somewhat period. If you increase furtherly the amount of labor, the count of labor, then automatically the labor prepare a union. Labor don't want to work, they want to always sit in canteen to enjoy the choice, to enjoy the cigarettes and coffees. At that time the production if will be fallen. So here one input factor should be kept constant and other input factor should be increased. At that time it is not possible to always expectation of the increase in the output. After a certain level the production may be at the stagnant level, at maturity level, then again it will going to the downfall. Next slide. Yes, production function with one variable. Already now I explained this phenomenon. So first at stage one, okay, units of output, okay, units of labor. Here we are going to only change the input factors. Here we are going to change only one input factor, that is labor. We are keeping constant the capital, so that look at the level of expansion in the sense of output on y-axis. By means of increasing the labor from left to right on x-axis, your production also going in an upward direction continuously. Means your total production increases start in the stage one. In between stage 2 and 3, look at in between, observe the graph. Means it is the upward trend is okay, downfall, stagnant, matured, means it is going to be saturated. Then from stage 3 to next time, the total product goes on in downward flow. Downward flow, TP, total product. You are observing clearly. Already I said that if you excessively increased the labor, they don't want to work at all with the particular amount of capital, because by dividing the total capital into the labor, they'll get minimum amount of wage. By such wage, they don't want to work sincerely. Instead they want to chat with each other, they want to share their problems with each other. Such kind of things happen in total production. Now average production, look at the average production graph. A concave shaped curve towards the x-axis means initially average production also increases up to the stage 2, up to the stage 2. As increasing the labor, the average production also increases. From there average production decreases. If you furtherly increase the labor, average production decreases immediately. If you observe the marginal production means, okay, by means of increasing the one labor input factor to a definite level, then how much production increases, it is considered as marginal production. By means of increasing one input factor, how much production is increases, it is considered as marginal product. So here look at the marginal product. Marginal product initially increases in between stage 1 and 2 in a healthy manner and reach to the maximum position, and in between stage 1 and 2 only. Then thereafterwards it going in a downward direction drastically and reach to the negative in stage 3. After stage 3, 0 in the stage 3, and after stage 3 it will be reached to the negative means furtherly by increasing the uh, labor input, it is not possible to expect a single unit of expansion in the sense of production. It is considered as law of diminishing returns. Diminishing means decreasing returns. Next. Next slide. Law of variable proportions. It is the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Already I have explained this one. Labor 0 means total production is 0, average production is 0, and marginal production is 0. Stage 1, in stage 1, if using one labor unit, total production is 10, total production is 10, average production also 10 by 1 equals to 10, and marginal production means here by means of increasing 1 unit of labor from 0 to 1, how much the marginal product increases? 0 to 10, that is 10. 10 marginal product is 10. Next, in the if you are increasing the labor amount from 1 to 2, total production is 22. If 22, then what is average production? 22 by 2, that is equal to 11. Then again, what is the marginal production? Okay, the difference between the total production of labor 2 to labor 1, 22 minus 10, that equals to 12 in stage 1. Stage, okay, in stage 2, look at stage 2. Very important from examinations point of view. From if you will become considered as an economic student, definitely you should have to learn these aspects. That is the third unit, is the backbone of your business economics and financial analysis. No doubt at all. Learn seriously. Pay concentration. So in third case, if you are using 3 number of labors and the total production is 33, average production is 33 by 3 equals to 11. Again, marginal production is 33 minus 22 equals to 11. Again, means saturation. Here we are coming to the saturation. Stage 2 means you are finding the stage 2 line, dotted line, and stage 1, okay, upward trend intersecting point. Next one, fourth, 40 by 4, 10 average production, and marginal production 40 minus 33, 7. Now marginal product is decreasing 12 to 11 and 11 to 7. Next 40 to 45, again average production is 9 and marginal production is 45 minus 45, again decreasing. Marginal production is again decreasing. Look at the marginal production line graph, slope. Sixth, 48, 8. 48 by 6 equals to 8, and 48 minus 45 equals to 3, again decreasing. Again seventh one, 48, 6 by 7, 6.85. 48 minus 48, 0. 48 minus 40. Everybody needs to understand this concept and need to write this table, need to write this graph and explaining everything based upon the kind of question asked, whether for 10 marks or 2 marks or 5 to the 10. So 0. Again next one is negative. 45 minus 48 minus 3. Marginal production goes in downward direction, negative. Now production function with one variable, assumptions. Next slide. Production function with one variable, assumptions. The production technology remains unchanged. If changes happen automatically, if we are going to use updated technology in such a situation, with a lesser amount of the capital only, or lesser amount of labor, we can generate excessive production than that of the pre-experience. So here, to be valid this production function one variable, here we are going to use the production technology remains unchanged, means constant. Next, homogeneous variable factors means all the variable factors are homogeneous. Homogeneous means same type of variable factors here we are going to use. At least one input is fixed here, means okay, production function with one variable and one fixed at least. The fixed factor is indivisible. Indivisible means we cannot divisible the indivisible, okay, fixed factor. We cannot divide it in number of proportion. This is one assumption. Next, cause for operation of the law of diminishing returns. Means why we are using this one. Wrong combination of inputs will give diminishing returns. Wrong combination means what here? Some combination of input factors, some proportion of combination of inputs factors are not worth, not useful in the market. In such context, definitely, okay, this kind of law will be useful by means of keeping one factor constant. If we are going to change the other variable factors in order to increase the production, up to what level of variable should be increased, here we have to notice it by means of using this exercise. I think you are getting. Scarcity of certain factors like land and capital in the short run will give diminishing marginal productivity of the variable factor. Obviously, it is not possible always to increase the land and capital and machinery size and different kind of technologies based upon the nature of the organization. At that time, what kind of factor should be kept constant and what kind of factor should be expanded or changed in order to increase the production at up to what certain level. Such kind of things to be notified and make the exercises to be fruitful, generate the profits to the organization. Next, imperfect substitutes also give diminishing returns. Imperfect substitute means if we are using one factor, one variable factor to replace the another variable factor, but they are not exactly replaceable to each other, in such a situation, those kind of combination of variable changes and variable proportions leads to diminishing returns. Next, yes, finished. Up to this one, here we are going to finish the topic. Stop.